8.5 million views on my last post, and I think the majority of everyone missed the whole entire point. Yes, they made almost $75,000 in a single week off 235 million views. Meanwhile, I only made about 1,800. And I'm not really a content creator. Not like this, but I like bringing awareness to things that truly matter, which is also why I'm giving all of that money away. More on that to come. The entire point of this was that money actually doesn't matter. There's comments about $500 would help me keep the lights on, $1,000 would help me keep the house, several $1,000s would give me breathing room that I've not ever had. And I feel for you, the list, the DMs, the comments, it goes so deep. But there's something that I think a lot of us are still missing, that it's not about the money. Reading comment after comment has just proven that one of my main points still stands, that it was never about the money. Seeing people argue about money in the comments has proven that people don't have the awareness that we need for topics like this. There are literally men in my comment section saying that they don't want to be alive anymore. Now, I don't really care what you think about Dalton. Some of you love Dalton. Some of you hate Dalton. Some of y'all think that very first video was very true and pure, raw emotion and authentic, while the others, after seeing the other 3 videos that came after, think it was some sort of structured strategy for him to make a bunch of money. I don't need you to agree with me on my thoughts about Dalton. I need you to see the bigger picture here. And it's funny because a lot of times some of these haters, you see them throwing stones about Dalton bragging about money, whereas if we can look at the comments on his post, if you can look at the comments in my post, you see real men hurting, and all men hurt different ways. I might even translate him bragging about money is a trauma response, is him crying out saying, I need some help. My mom's hurting and I don't know what else to do. This is what I know. This is how I know to help. And I am, as a man, doing what I think I have to do to protect the ones I love, no matter how hard it is. But again, my original post was never really about Dalton. It was about what happens when millions of people see a man say that life hurts sometimes. Go back and watch and actually listen to the things that he was talking about. Murder, death, addiction, rehab. His parents talking about losing hope that he would ever get his life together. Losing his best friend to suicide. Watching his mother go through terminal cancer. There's men in those comments that finally felt like they could identify with Dalton. There's men in those comments that finally felt like someone else was feeling what they were going through. And some of the men in those comments replied with, quit crying, man up, grow a pair. Yeah, Dalton has millions of followers. He's a professional content creator. Maybe he can handle it. But what about the man with 300 followers that works a normal job? What kind of message is that sending him? We wonder why men don't talk. We ask the men to speak, they speak, and this is what happens. And that isn't even the saddest thing happening right now. I read the comments in my own post. There's men in there saying things like, I don't care to be on this earth anymore. I'm close to calling it quits on myself. I told my wife last night that I want to die. I've never feared myself more than I do right now. It's harder to get out of bed every day. What's the point anymore? I've been struggling, but I'm a man. No one cares. Those aren't studies or statistics. Those are real people. And when men finally start to open their mouth, this is how the world treats them. I mean, even my wife recognized the fact that this may be the only time that they admit that they need help or they're struggling with something. And I get it. Like, maybe you don't respond to trauma the same way other people do. But that's the thing, is pain does not have one acceptable personality. Some men cry, some men joke, some men drink, some men abuse. Some people work on themselves. Some people work themselves into the ground. Some people go to the gym and get healthier. Some people let themselves go. Some get angry. Some are the funniest guys in the room. Some act like absolutely nothing bothers them. Yet some stay so completely silent until nobody realizes how bad it really is. So sure, maybe Dalton's way of dealing with it afterwards was humor. Maybe it was trolling. Maybe it was business. Maybe it was all three. But I don't know, and you don't know. But what I do know is this, is I don't care whether you think Dalton cried for free or he cried for $46,000. The men in these comments are still hurting either way. The point is, some of the people that I know that make the most amount of money are so poor that all they have is money. While as some of the people that I know that make less than $50,000 a year are some of the wealthiest people. It doesn't matter if you're broke, you can still be hurting. It doesn't matter if you're wealthy, you can still be hurting. It doesn't matter if you have a wife, kids, friends, followers, you can still feel completely alone. Men still need help. Now, when I made the first post, I said if it were to do anything meaningful, that I would donate all the proceeds towards something that could help with men's mental health, and we are doing that. We're actually working on a project now because of all this that is so much bigger than even just that one post, one that I can even fathom. I don't know how we're going to do it all, but I'm not going to wait until we have all the answers before we start actually moving to help people in real life, in real ways. The first post was about awareness. This post is about taking action. I run a men's only accountability and networking group. My wife runs a women's only healing and empowerment group. These are great opportunities for you to get plugged into free resources with areas local to you as well as nationwide that get your hurt, that get your pain. These are people that are going through what you're going through, will go through what you're going through, or have gone through it. This is a way for you to get real responses from real people in real life. This is a group of people who understand that we weren't meant to carry everything alone. So if you want access to these free resources, comment below. We'll make sure to get you links to them. You can recognize them. We'll put them up on the screen, whatever we got to do to make sure that you get plugged in with the people that you need, because we want this post to hit exactly who it needs to hit, when it needs to hit them, how it needs to hit them. I would rather speak to you about your problems any day than have to speak at your funeral. Men still need help. Women still need help. And again, whether you think Dalton cried for free or $46,000, whether you care that we've made $1,800 that's going to go to help support men's mental health, or they've made $75,000 in a week and we get tied up on money, what we do have, what we don't have, what a comparison is to other people, we're all still missing the point. After 8.5 million views on my one last post, the comment sections still speak the most. And that is that there are people out there in this world that don't want to be alive anymore. That's what my last post was actually about. Men still need help. Women still need help. God bless.